Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a great day so far today. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys some information on the disparity and gap of income between those who make really good money, those who make pretty good money, and those who just work for like say $10 an hour. I chose $10 an hour because the math is easier. So on a 40-hour work week, they make $400. Someone who makes good money, as for example would be my friend who is putting together a UPS factory. When he goes down to Texas, they're going to give him $175 per day of per diem. That's every day of the week. And he makes $40 an hour. So at 40 hours a week, that's $1,600. And he gets overtime. So if he works 70 hours a week with the per diem, he's going to be making about $4,500 a week. I started thinking about this whole concept because I was like, wow, man, you're going to be making more every week than I would over 2 months at my old job, literally. And I started thinking, I'm like, well, how much money do millionaires make? And it's pretty simple calculation. It's just 1,000,000 divided by 52, but we'll just do 50 for ease of calculation. And it's about $20,000 a week. The actual number, if you divide by 52, is 19,230. So that means that in a week, they're making almost as much, if not more, than someone who's working for $10 an hour will make in a year. Because at a year of $10 an hour, you're going to make $20,800. But a lot of people take time off and they don't get paid for it. For example, for sicknesses and stuff. So if you consider that, and you consider that someone who's making just $1 million, which really isn't that much money when you think about all the CEOs and celebrities and football and other sports players, there's a lot of people out there who make more than $1 million. So say $5 million, how much are they making per week? That's $100,000 almost per week. So anyway, back to the other two examples. If you take someone who's at $10 an hour and you put that out at 40 hours a week, they're going to make $400 a week. So in a month, they're going to make a little over $1,600. So that means that my friend who's putting together a UPS factory making about $4,500 per week, he's going to make more in a week than people who are working $10 an hour make over 2.5 months. He's going to make almost 3 months worth of their salary every week. So every month he's going to make as much as someone working for $10 an hour will every single year, more or less, roughly, a month to a year. But if you take someone who's just making $1 million, they're going to make that same amount that the person who will be making $10 an hour in a year, making $20,800, they'll make that in a week, like I said. So if you take someone who is making, say, $10 million, their amount of money per day is going to be more probably than, or actually, yeah, it's going to be more than someone who's working a whole year at $10 an hour. That is honestly a little bit too much of a disparity because there's a lot of people in this society, like not a whole lot, but there's enough people in this society who are making hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars every year. And there's literally no way that someone who's working for $10 or $15 or $20 an hour is ever going to hit that amount. And someone like my friend who's working for 40 hours a week, in order to even get close to that amount, he has to get things like per diem and work himself to the bone doing overtime. And honestly, it's just mind-boggling to think of how big of a wealth gap there is. And that's not even a wealth gap, that's just the income gap. The wealth gap is built upon the compounding interest that the rich people will make on this money. If they make millions a year, even though they're paying a good portion of that to taxes, even though they get deductions and stuff, they're still paying a lot to taxes. they still have so much more money to actually invest and start compounding than people who are just barely making enough paycheck to survive, that they're going to start making more just from their investments than people who are making, say, $20 an hour will from their paycheck. So I'm not saying this is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but because it's a complicated issue, but it's just mind-boggling to think of the scale of the money that a rich person will make versus a poor person. I mean, if you get a 2% return on $1 million, that's $20,000. And so all a millionaire would have to do is get 2% of their money as a return on $1 million of net worth, and that's the equivalent of someone working all year for $10 an hour. So it's just something to think about, guys. Not to try to make anyone feel bad or anything. It's just, math is interesting and kind of sad when you think about it like that. The disparity between the working class and the rich, it's just so vast that, and it comes from years and years of this wealth compounding upon itself. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate you all taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And if you did enjoy it, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below about anything you might think about this particular topic. And until next time, peace.